Hey folks, welcome back. This is going to be the last video about working on the shop, or really just updates about the shop, and hopefully the next videos I can just get into actually working in the shop. So for all of you new subscribers who are just now joining us, thank you for coming along. So in the last 4 months or so, I've moved into a new space from the back half of a one-car garage and a rental we had to a freestanding 2+ car garage that had no walls. Well, it had walls, but it had nothing on the walls, had no electricity service, was full of dog and car stuff, and it needed a pretty solid remodel. So in the last several months, I have run electricity to here. I had an electrician wire me up a service panel in here. After getting the lights hung and getting some outlets ran around the shop, I went ahead and put in fiberglass insulation up on all the walls. That was probably the most time-intensive part of the whole process, just up and down on a ladder. But it went okay. You just wear a respirator and gloves and all that stuff. Then I put up drywall. I had originally talked about doing plywood. Drywall ended up being a little easier to work with. Definitely a little bit cheaper it ended up being. And you get some fire resistance and some better insulation in a number of ways. So I went with drywall. Once the drywall was done, we mudded it all in, and that part was a huge pain in the butt. That was like the worst part about the whole drywall process, to be perfectly honest. And I'm terrible at mudding in drywall, so my seams between my drywall panels will be prevalent from here on out. I'll be trying to hide those forever. Once that was all done though, and those were all sanded up, then basically painted and got baseboards in, and that's where we're at right now. So I've been moving stuff into the shop, and now it's actually starting to come together as far as workspace and getting stuff in place. And that'll be pretty quick, and I'll be able to start working while I'm moving in. That's kind of a second phase, and I'll probably shift stuff around as I see fit. I'm going to have metal working over on this side, or machining and stuff. Over in that corner will be more woodworking stuff, and then over here by one of the garage doors I'm going to have my materials storage and like the big bandsaw, and then also probably do welding and grinding over in that kind of vicinity. I'm pretty excited. I got some new additions to the shop as well. A couple weeks ago I had a South Bend Model 9A follow me home. Actually, it was very generously given to me by my father-in-law. He was moving out of a shop he rented, a shop space he rented, and needed to be out of there, so needed this big heavy lathe gone. And so I went down there with a truck, and now it's here in the shop, and it is entirely functional. It's a little dirty. That's about it, but it is entirely functional and in great condition otherwise, so it'll be really fun to clean it up and make it a functioning member of this shop. The one thing with it is not an issue, it's just a fact that it does not have a thread chasing dial, which is just the little bezel that shows you what position the lead screw is in relative to the carriage and all that. That is something that I got to use another new toy to mitigate, and so I got a small and inexpensive 3D printer for my desk and for my office inside, and that's been a lot of fun to play with too, just testing out CAD files and stuff and just sending them to the printer and watching them become real. This is one of the really inexpensive ones you get off of eBay and build yourself. I wouldn't have really given them a second thought other than I saw that Greg from Greg's Garage, that YouTube channel, he got one a few months ago and it worked for him, so it's kind of an eye-opener there, and it's been a lot of fun. So that's something I was able to 3D print a brand new thread chasing dial assembly, and so I got that printed up and glued together, and we will get, when we clean up the lathe, we'll install that, and that'll be pretty cool. So that's another fun thing, and I think I'll have some fun with some other 3D printed toys. And speaking of automation, I've gotten everything for the mill, and now that I have a shop to work in, I can start manufacturing all the parts on the mill for the mill, motor mounts, etc. And we can get it automated with CNC. So pretty excited about that. Those have been sitting on my desk in my office for about a month now, all the ball screws, stepper motors, drivers, etc. Got a copy of Mach 3 loaded up on a computer. And yeah, so I'll go through that process. That'll be probably my first project out here in the new shop. and that'll be quite a bit of fun. And really looking forward to it. A lot of automation stuff this year, which is exciting. Anyway, I just want to give you all an update. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following the channel. Be sure to hop on over to Instagram, check me out there. I post there probably most frequently just because it's quick and easy and kind of mindless, so I can just take a picture and put it up and share that with y'all real quick while I'm still doing other things. And definitely be sure to check out the Patreon page. That is something that directly helps this shop. I put other content up on that page for my Patreon subscribers. Patreon patrons got to see the South Bend lathe right after I got it and got a little teaser video there, and have seen some other kind of behind the scenes on some future projects that I happen to have footage of. So if you're interested in that, check it out for as little as $1 a month. Helps me out a ton. Anyway, until next time.